Two men. Some podcasting equipment. What could possibly go wrong? Don't you think we have enough of them?
Yeah, we have enough of those.
No! Ladies and gentlemen, prepare your ears for a listening experience you've never had. It's Pertinent Podcast!
Sounds so high-pitched in that intro. It's Pertinent.
Well, I did a couple extra ones where I was like, it's Pertinent Podcast!
Oh, is that you or is that me?
There's one of you, there's one of me.
Okay, because I remember doing a high-pitch. I don't remember being that high-pitched.
Yeah. I had a massive mind blank.
No, you're good.
Stop.
Yep.
They don't love you like I love you.
Yep.
What are the rules?
Are you ready?
What are the rules?
Rules for the pod? Fairly simple, straightforward. No deleting segments. I
Yes.
think it is a good one. We can entirely
Say
replace
something
them.
you mean it.
Say something. Is that a rule?
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
say
good.
something, you have to mean
That's
it.
a rule for life, I think. I'm not
We
gonna
should just
lie
count
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good rule for it. Let's
Yeah.
just not lie.
Yeah, I had a conversation with somebody about that the other day. Am I a bad person for embellishing stories with little lies? If I feel like I'm losing somebody when I'm conveying a story, I'll just completely change the ending to be like, and then I get the reaction that I want. Is that lying?
I do that too.
Yeah.
It's not lying. It's just misrepresenting the truth. Your Honor, I swear to God.
Yeah, they're not going to buy that
Yeah, I don't think that
in
will
front of the
hold up.
judge. No.
I don't think that'll hold up.
Another
But
one.
no, to answer your question, no.
No. Okay.
Another
good.
rule though.
Another rule. One swear per episode. That's more of a Spotify thing. We don't want to get the little tainted E.
We don't want to get that E because we want everyone to be able to watch this
Yeah, and I don't know if I can say
with
it
their
first.
family.
Yeah.
Say, bring the whole family.
Family name.
Bring your aunties. Bring your uncle.
Yep.
Bring the little cousins.
I always say bring your grandmother.
Yeah, if she's still kicking.
Often left out.
Rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Don't say that to poor grand.
Sorry, Grandma.
But
I don't have one.
I don't know if neither side.
No, neither are alive.
No. Tough.
I mean, I have them.
Yeah.
They're just,
Well,
no longer.
no. Divine conception through male reproduction. Well, that would be crazy.
What?
Because you said you didn't have. You do have grandparents, and I figured
Yeah.
because that means one of your parents would have been brought.
Or Virgin Mary type Jesus beat.
Do you know what divine conception means?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's
okay.
what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
see, on the same page, maybe on the same chapter,
Same chapter.
page.
Different dictionaries.
Different dictionaries.
I don't know when I can use a swear word, but I think it would be a good idea to use at least one every episode.
Yeah.
Whoever gets to it first.
What, like a race?
No.
'Cause I'll just say it now.
No, I mean, because I'm not going to be actively thinking about it, but if
No.
I come to a sentence where I'm like, this will be a lot better if I use the word,
Mm.
and then I'll say it. But if I use it first, that means you can't use it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like a good placed one.
Yeah, but if it's bad, I think if it's bad, we got to cut it, and then the other person gets a chance.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like that.
It's getting slightly too meta. Other thing, before we get started, the social pipes that we're using
many
for
pipes.
this. So many pipes. It's going to be a fun mix of all different things. I feel like the main use of the pipes is going to be the Instagram. This is important for people to know.
This is very important.
This is.
Hey, I would almost say...
Don't say it.
that it's-
We're going to overdo that.
what am I going to say?
You're going to say it would be pertinent for
It
people
is
to know.
pertinent.
Yeah, pretty sure that's the definition of that word. To know that we have a system, there's going to be sometimes every week, there will be a challenge between the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner is going to be determined by people voting on an Instagram poll.
So they have all of the power.
All of the power.
And
yeah.
these points are going to go towards a pool. No, they're not. They're going to be assigned to one of us.
Yeah.
And at the end of each month, whoever has more points than the other person gets to decide a punishment that the other person has to do.
We're going to be doing a punishment a month.
We could do it a month.
Yeah, we could do it a month. That means I only have 4 chances to win. That means we're going to know halfway through oh, no, we won't.
No, because we can assign different values to different things.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
Like, we can make it to the wire, basically.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
Artificial,
I'm good with that.
competitiveness.
I'm good with that.
Competition. That's
Yeah.
what I'm- Hear that noise?
There's a car alarm going off.
Someone getting robbed?
We're trying to film,
Hey,
guys.
hey.
This is a professional environment.
Jesus, man.
I wanted to ask a question, just out of the competitive nature that we were talking about, with online dating. All right, just before we get into...
Oh, yeah?
I think there's a lot to be said about people going on to online dating apps. We were talking about this before we
Correct.
started recording today. I think there's a lot of people who go on there just to see the number of likes go up.
Yeah, a bit of an ego boost, if you will.
Yeah. Apparently, one of the apps, Tinder, changed their algorithm recently for you no longer get swiped on through ratio of wins losses. As in, like, you get swiped on and you don't swipe on somebody else.
Right.
And that boosts you because you become more of a commodity, whatever. Now, apparently, it's more of activity on using the app. So, I'm wondering if these competitive online daters are going to
What is there ranked Tinder?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because a lot of people will just show off like screenshots of their Tinder profiles and just show the likes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, look, I got 99 plus.
But then they don't message anyone.
Exactly. So now you're going to get penalized for that.
Like, what does that really tell people?
The fact that they had to implement that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just people were doing it for exactly that reason.
Yeah, just pure ego.
Yeah. Oh, look, I got another match. Oh, look, I got another like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've never done anything for ego ever, so...
I can judge these people.
Of course.
Yeah, which is very healthy for me. Yeah. How do you feel about people spending money on that stuff?
I think that it is a very clear sign that you need a hobby.
Really?
If you're spending money on it, okay, that's a bit harsh actually. I'm gonna tone it down a bit.
Yeah.
If you feel like you need to spend money to get more likes to boost your profile or whatnot, one or two things. Either you don't have enough confidence in yourself to go out and just meet people naturally.
Okay, so we don't have to make this super psychological.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think that's a bit silly.
It's bad?
I think it's a bit of a waste of money.
People would spend money at speed dating, though. People would pay money for classes to go speed dating.
I'd find that more... Like, both of them's acceptable.
Well, you're paying to be seen by other people in both of them.
True. True. I guess, like, again, with that argument, you can't really... Like, you can compare the two and be like, they're the same. I wouldn't judge anyone for either because, you know, I don't judge ever.
Cool.
I'm never a judgmental person.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah.
Jamiroquai.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That should be my nickname. Nice guy, Jamiroquai.
Nice guy, Jamiroquai.
I'm going to get that tattoo.
That's not misleading.
What do you mean it was not misleading? What are you saying? No, I don't think that, like, you've compelled me. I believe it's a good argument.
Cool, great. Well, if we want to have another argument, it's going to lead us into our first segment. Psst. Hey, what's the capital of Thailand?
The capital of Thailand is Bangkok. I'm almost positive.
Show you're working out. Hey, I've got a question to ask you.
What have you got a question?
I've got a question to ask you. I'm going to look it up first, though. I got to find we're going to find a topic.
You look that up, and then we'll be back in a second.
Okay. How about... So I asked ChatGPT. I said, give me a topic that I'm unlikely to know how to explain. It said, how about quantum entanglement?
Well, I mean, hey,
True.
It's done what you've asked it to do.
Smashed it out of the park.
Maybe a little bit.
It's a phenomenon in quantum physics.
Oh, you know, I could probably explain that. So maybe let's lower it down just for your sake. Yeah.
Okay, I got to find something different.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenon in quantum physics where two particles become so deeply connected that the state of one instantly influences the state of the other, even if they're light years apart. That's almost romantic.
It is.
That sounds kind of... Two particles being linked across eons.
We should... Are you a quantum physics particle? Because we're linked across the universe.
We're entangled. How about how GPS works?
Oh, I've got a vague understanding of how it works. But the whole point of this is to try to articulate it.
Okay, do you want to do that then? So the reason
you can do GPS.
The reason I'm asking ChatGPT instead of just coming up with it myself is because that would mean I've thought about it already, which would give me a head start on you.
A tactical advantage.
Because currently now we have the exact same amount of understanding on this. Or not even an exact amount of understanding.
We have a similar amount.
Same amount of time to think about it.
Correct. Do we want to do GPS?
I'm happy
I feel
to
like
do
that's a pretty common thing that people use that is really difficult to understand.
But I want the understanding of how that signal's getting sent, where it's getting sent.
Because we can both know that GPS stands for
global,
giant,
pertinent
system.
Yeah, scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're on the same page.
It's everybody getting pertinent points around the world.
Correct.
And how they accumulate completely void of their input to it.
They do their forfeits with their friends.
As is everybody is doing, which is why this device was invented. Yeah.
Of course.
So we'll take how long? I think 3 minutes.
3 minutes is a good time. 5 minutes too long, 2 minutes too short.
All right.
Just in general. 3 minutes.
Hey Google, set a 3-minute timer. So,
GPS.
Global Proximity System.
Wow, I said Global Positioning System. Shall we rock, paper, scissors, see who goes first? Also, rock, paper, scissors? Scissors, paper, rock?
Scissors, paper, rock.
Scissors, paper, rock?
Yeah.
I feel like I say it different every time.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm constantly wrong.
If anybody says scissors, rock, paper, they
Criminal.
don't get to play.
Under the jail.
Yeah, they don't get to
They don't get to play. You're not invited to my birthday party.
Yeah, scissors, rock, paper. I don't want to play anymore.
Paper, rock, scissors?
Bad too.
Ooh. Paper, rock, scissors does not sound nice.
It has to start with scissors or rock.
Rock, paper, scissors is what I say.
Yeah, scissors, paper, rock is what I say. Yeah. But rock, paper, scissors sounds just as good.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know.
If you start with paper, you're a bit of a...
Yeah. Also, you're conditioning the person to choose an option
exactly.
depending on how you say it.
Exactly.
Mind game.
Scissors!
Have you seen the guy who's convinced that he can determine the outcome of every rock, paper, scissors match?
So an insane person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like a method depending on what you're likely to go next. Dude, there's 3 options.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's just chance.
It's a bit of chance.
I'm sure there's a bit of human psychology in it.
Yeah, I'm sure they can figure it out.
That's something we can talk about another time. This term.
You know what I can figure out this time? The global proximity system.
So do you want to go first?
I'm going first.
Okay.
This is how it works. All right. So you have your device, whether that's a actual GPS unit or your phone, or those are the only 2 things that would do that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. And they send a signal to the satellite, right? The way the signal is sent is similar to that. I've got 2 options here. I'm just going to see what sounds better after I say it.
I don't know if I'm looking at the referee right now. Don't know if that's allowed.
We're going to play on
All right. Bold choice from the umpire.
microwave. So the phone heats up to a certain amount, right? And it emits those microwaves upwards out into the sky. And it's very accurate because it knows where the satellite is, because that's how like those systems work. And it sends the microwaves into space where it can be pinged off the satellite, which then gets like a radar sense of where you are approximately. And I feel as though these systems are slightly biased because they know where you're going, because you have to enter in where you're going. So it has an estimation. So it's not even like going to be super duper accurate, but it has a general idea of where you're going most of the time. So this microwave system is okay. Either that, or it's emitting a really unhearable sound. And it bounces off like a really big, like, you know, those
Like
cell
dog
phone towers?
whistles.
Yeah. You know, those telephone towers that have those like big dishes on it, like bounces that off that, and then it heads up to the space and it bounces off the thing. And so then through that estimation and off the ping, it knows where you're going, and it just gives you the route and you follow it, right? Because the maps are already there. So it just shows you where your little dot is going on the map. Also, another good thing that it's able to do, and this is actually like a Mythbusters thing right now, is the speed tracking. Because it shows you on a GPS how fast you're going. On Google Maps, it'll show you what your speed is, right? Have you noticed that it'll always show you a speed that is 4 kilometers lower than the speed you're going?
No, because I travel at the speed limit.
No, but that's not, even if you were, so if you say the speed limit was 70, your GPS would say you're going 66.
I have noticed that actually, yes.
Yeah.
I retract that speed limit thing.
My thinking, I'm only going to get busted for going 106 when I'm going 110. And then that's not even going to be worth it for the copper to pull me over. So then
it's a big government conspiracy.
I keep on judging it. It's like, well, if I'm going 115, they're unlikely to get me for 110. And I just keep on being delusional.
See, I have a theory that's completely separate to the GPS thing.
Yeah.
One of my high school friends told me this, and I'm not sure how true this
Reputable
is.
source.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Friend told me that the odometers don't actually, like speedometers, sorry, they don't properly show like your actual speed. They actually show a little bit higher so that you don't speed. So like, let's say you're going 65,
Yeah.
it will say 70.
Yeah.
And this is like just normal throughout. More the old cars, the way they do it off of like the rotation of the wheel, rather than the newer ones, which are all electric and show like based off of a different rotation, I would imagine.
So they could be 4 kilometers faster, and that's what.
So like the
they've
Google
determined.
Maps one is actually correct.
It is correct, and your car is lying.
And your
to
car's
you.
lying to you. That's the way I look at
That
it.
challenges my assumptions. Anyways,
But they're separate to that. GPS. Great job.
Thank you. I think the GPS is always on, so people need to stop worrying about. But then, actually, I'm not going to get into the whole data leak sort of stuff. But that's where I was going with that.
No, we're not getting into that. All right. Global positioning system. I'm very confident that's correct.
We'll find out.
I guess we will. So, You did it more from like the phone upwards. I'm doing it more from like the satellite downwards.
We'll get a full spectrum.
Of course. So in the satellite, in the actual like, it's like a can looking thing, like a trash can looking thing.
Yeah.
The metal bit. There's
does.
like a radial magnet spinning thing.
I'd argue that the entire satellite is made out of some form of metal.
I would also argue that. Nothing to argue. I think we both agree.
But you said part of the metal thing.
So, okay, in the middle bit,
In the middle
like
bit,
the
yeah.
R2D2
The
looking
drum.
thing,
Yeah.
in the middle. Yeah, the drum. That's a good word. Thank you.
You're welcome. Because I bounced my sound off.
Hey, let me thank you.
I'm just saying how smart I was with mine.
Hey,
you to
stop
have a
arguing
similar-
yours and let me do mine.
Cool.
All right, so in the drum,
Yeah.
there's like a radial magnet that's constantly spinning. That is like opposite to the magnet on the like that's made the drum's made out of.
Yeah.
So it's like it's propelling. It's
Okay.
not constant because there's no such thing as what's the constant motion? Perpetual.
Newton's law.
Perpetual motion. I think that's it. I'm confident, but I'm
Yeah.
also not.
Something that is moving will always be moving.
Yeah, in space. Anyway, that emits radio waves.
Yes.
And those radio waves are then bounced off of like the flappy things that are on the side of the satellite. They're bounced down onto Earth.
The solar panels?
The solar panels that are also part flappy reflective panels.
Okay.
Okay? They reflect the radio waves off of that down towards like, you ever see in the desert where you see those massive like receptor, like satellite dish, like receptor things, and then there's like a field of solar panels?
In the desert?
Or like open spaces,
Okay.
fields, other open spaces.
Yeah.
So it reflects off of that towards those
Okay.
because there's like scattered throughout the countries. There's not only one satellite, there's a lot of satellites.
few of them.
There's 482 to be exact.
Really?
Nope, no clue.
Okay.
Ballpark.
Cool. I saw Kingsman and it looked like at least 12.
Yeah, and that's a reputable source. So my imagination is telling me 400, but
That's a lot.
well, it's big. That's big. Anyway, back to this. So they reflect down onto the desert,
Yeah.
which is spelled with one S, and they're picked up by those big dishes, and those dishes they transmit that into the big, those like big cat power lines, the Batman looking ones. Yeah, those go out, and then they go out to the cell towers. You know the ones that give you COVID.
Yes.
Those ones, the 5G, like they've
5G,
just upped it now.
big towers.
They used to be 4G, and they gave you like the lesser version of COVID. Now they give you the good version.
Yeah.
The better version? The more dangerous? Anyway,
I'm still stuck on why did you feel the need to clarify that desert only had one S?
because it's the way I remembered how to spell it.
Yeah, but just like, hey, just in case I was thinking.
Well, we could have some linguist enthusiasts listening.
I feel like if they were enthusiasts, they would know that it's spelled with one S.
You never know. They could have just gotten into linguistics.
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
Proceed.
etymology is a whole nother thing. Yeah, so these cell towers, they connect to your phone via those radio waves, and they are able to tell, like it's a ping. It's like a ping, 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 and then it goes all the way up to the satellite, and then it goes back and forth at the speed of, I guess, like sound waves or radio waves, whatever the one, whichever tickles your fancy in the moment. But that's how it works.
I have questions.
I have answers.
What has the desert got to do with it?
Oh, it's just an example of like where one of these fields would be that the satellite.
Yeah, but why would what does the field have to do with it? It's all showing you where you are.
No. So that's where the signal comes from. Like it doesn't go straight from the satellite to your phone. It would go from there. It's like a trickle down economics, So it goes from the satellite to the field, to the 5G COVID tower, and from the COVID tower to your phone.
I feel like it's going to be late.
Well, no, because it's very quick.
But it has to go that way.
Yeah, but like we've been
So you think it's
maybe
going
back in like the 19
from your car
45s.
to the
They
satellite
didn't have GPS then.
to a desert to a cell tower, then back to you. Just cut out the middleman.
So do you think every single person on this planet has a specific satellite, or do you think it covers a bunch?
Well, yeah, I think
That's a lot.
It can do more than one.
Yeah, but what? 8 billion?
Have you seen how many satellites Elon Musk has for
You said there were 12 satellites orbiting Earth.
Tesla Wi-Fi? Even so, they're pretty big.
What's 8 divided by 12?
8 divided by 12?
1 point whatever. Whatever it is.
So, yeah.
That's like 1 point something billion.
So
Not
you
one person.
You think all 8 billion people on the planet have access to GPSs?
No, but more than 1 billion.
Technicality. I think I've got you. I'm going to get the votes. I'm going to have one this week.
I'm not confident.
I'm going to have one this week.
I mean, I'm not confident in you. I'm very confident in
So
me.
we'll put up
a poll.
And then also the explanation of what is actually happening.
Yes.
And that can be determined who thinks we're closer.
Absolutely. May the best man win.
You just added too many moving parts. You finished early and that was what you came up with?
Hey.
With the desert.
Hey. We're about to get some technical fouls in here because this is
I'm just saying.
This is unsportsmanlike conduct, all right?
Did
Did you hear me, heckling yours?
Yeah, but mine was irrefutable.
We'll see. We'll let the people decide.
It made perfect sense.
I'm sure it did to you.
It made great sense. Fanfair news. Whole point is to see if we draw a crowd after rewording something that's happened in our...
Imagine Game of Thrones medieval times when, the king died and they need to get the word out.
Yeah. How are you going to do that?
And the little boy with the trumpet runs up and goes,
And instead of the king, this time, something pretty interesting happened to me yesterday. Not even interesting, just I suppose somewhat, concerning. I went to go see a bike in Newcastle, which is about a 2-hour drive from me, because I'm looking for a new motorcycle. And everything looked pretty okay. It was in my price range, took it for a test ride. I was like, okay, look, I kind of want to offer a different price because it's only got a month left of rego, along with some other different things. And I said, I'll take it today for this price. And the guy said, you can't take it today. You guys were in too late, whatever, because I've got to get it do a roadworthy certificate for it. And then immediately a few alarm bells went off in my head because I thought, if this bike has a month left of registration, it can't be roadworthy. So I swiftly packed up my stuff and left because that's just some dodgy stuff going on. I know dealers are able to assign a 1-month rego to the bike, but I just thought that was a bit foul. They listed it saying it had rego left. The bike definitely doesn't have rego on it. So I walked away. I drove home 2 hours without my bike.
Very Dodge.
It was a nice bike. Very Dodge.
But, funny story.
Yeah, unfortunate, but yeah.
My bit of news is underwhelming in statement, but the context of it isn't. I signed up for a marathon about a month ago. Kurt doesn't like me talking about it because he thinks that's all I talk about, which just isn't true.
No. My thing is just that I don't think there's a person on the planet who signed up for a marathon who doesn't told everybody, hey guys, guess what
I haven't told anyone, hey guys, I'm doing this. The only 2 times was at our friend's house when you walked into a conversation that they asked me. She asked me about how the marathon train is going.
Yeah.
And I spoke to her and you were like, oh, anyway, this is personal beef that
Our
we can
feet
air
just
out
touched
later.
under the table.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to leave it at that.
Yep.
Have that little awkward moment.
All right. I've got yours.
All right. Have you finished yours?
I have.
Okay.
I've got one.
I reckon I'll start because you started.
I went last time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you went last time. All right.
How are your tips going?
I don't think my little boy's gonna make it. We'll know for sure.
Fanfair news.
Commoner bartered for unsullied carriage with little success, made haste amidst hefty travel. Foul play suspected.
That's a very good one.
Thank you.
There's a lot of words in there as well.
Yeah, it was very crunchy to say.
Can you say that again in a normal voice so I can hear?
Commoner bartered for unsullied carriage with little success, made haste amidst hefty travel, foul play suspected.
It's funnier when I hear it normally because when you were saying it like before, I was just immersed, and I was like, oh my goodness, really?
Yeah.
So that's
Thank you. That would do a bit of fanfare news.
yeah. That sounds like I am actually in trouble.
Yeah.
And I was worried about that. That's good. I'm
Thank you,
really happy
thank
with that. Mine that I conjured up was. Farmer Jimothy decides against contributing to town activities in favor of seeking selfish personal enlightenment by running really far in a straight line.
That's good.
Not
That's
bad?
really good. I love how I'm a father.
I said farmer.
Sorry, I thought you said father, as in like a
Father
priest.
Jimothy. No.
Father Jimothy.
That would actually that would make slightly more sense. As if he's getting up in the midst of
No, I
the
think
plague
farmer
we're
makes
talking
more
about.
sense because farmers are outside more often.
Yeah, true, but also personal enlightenment.
True. Sorry, we can change it.
We can change it. Whatever. Both work. Transition sound.
All right, transition.
Transition
please.
sound.
Transition right now, please. Thank you.
As they'll matter for all
You might want to put that in reverse so you can understand what I just said. I'll often have little bits of time where I am thinking about what other people are thinking about. I feel like that's a fairly common human experience.
Do you call yourself an empath?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I know what other people are feeling, and it's probably sometimes I think about it too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a few words I've written down. For you are familiar with what Adlibs are?
Correct.
So for anybody who doesn't know, it's almost like a short story that has a bunch of blanks in it, and I'll have like names, like it's a noun, adjective, whatever, and you go through and you fill it out, and then it makes you change the story to whatever you want.
Is it called Mad Libs, like the game?
I have no idea.
Anyway, sorry.
I have maybe Adlibs,
Mad
because
Adlibs.
ad-libbing is just making stuff up, isn't it?
Gra!
Is that actually?
No, I don't know. That
Cool.
just you know,
Cool. Yeah, we'll cut that out.
yeah, we'll not use that.
Cut that. So what I've called this is reverse ad-libs, because I'm going to give you a bunch of different words, and you're going to play the word association game.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the words you've associated, or you are, or I am, and going, well, actually, we should probably decide that, hey? I'll make the story. With the words that you've associated, I'm going to make a short story where all of the words make sense.
Okay, I like it.
In order.
I like it.
Chronological order. Are you ready?
No.
First word. First thing that you think of. It doesn't have to be snappy.
Okay.
You can
I'm
take
really
a
gonna
second.
clear
Just,
my mind.
just really first thing that
I
comes
need
to
like
mind.
coffee grains for my mind to just like revert the palate.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. You ready?
No. Okay, I'm ready.
Airplane.
Mode.
Aeroplane or airplane?
Depends.
I've written
Depends on where you're from, I guess.
I've written airplane because aero is like that chocolate. Aero bubble.
They're good.
I don't like them. Dinosaur.
Raw.
Really?
Hey man, are you judging me for my fucking ad-libs? Beat you to the first swear.
You got the first one.
It was a good place as
That
well.
was a good one. I don't mind that. Cataclysm.
What?
Watch?
No, what? As in exclamation mark.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. Cool. Phantom.
Menace. Whoa, you gotta add the voice crack in there as well.
Put a little umlaut on
Yeah,
something.
chuck it out there.
Elizabeth Swan.
Yeah.
Soccer ball.
Foot.
Suppose that makes sense. Triangle.
Point.
These are all very good associations.
Thank you.
Derek Rose.
Oh. Damn.
Construction.
Equipment.
Wow, you were very switched on. What coffee beans did you use?
I don't know.
I feel like I did such a worse job at this. Drive.
Me. I don't really know where that.
Complimented you too early.
Thank you.
All right.
Stumbled before the finish line.
Yeah, just a little. All right, I'm going to give this a go now. I get as many words as I want before I have to use a word, right?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I'll try and do one a sentence. No, this is actually really hard. The game we were playing was set to a difficult mode. It just so happened that we were playing a cooking-related game where we had to cook all of the raw meats. One time, I didn't manage to cook a piece of chicken all of the way through, and the customer replied, "What? This is raw!" Once I got back into the kitchen, my head chef said that I am a menace because I was not doing my job correctly, to which I replied, "Yeah," because I knew I wasn't doing my job properly. I thought it was probably a little bit against WH&S regulations walking around barefoot in the kitchen. I brought this up to my head chef, and he said, "I think you have a point. Please no longer walk around the kitchen barefoot." To which I replied, "Aww," because that was something I really enjoyed doing. So I had to go out and purchase some new kitchen equipment for my feet. When I got back into the store, my head chef said, "Hey Kurt, who bought you those new shoes?" To which I replied, "Me." I started off by saying I was playing a game.
I was very immersed in that.
Yeah, really?
I don't know where we were going. We went from playing a game to you with a questionable relationship with your boss.
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't know why he was letting me work. Also, I said we were playing a game, so maybe this was virtual reality. Very immersive. I'm rocking up to virtual reality, not wearing
work
shoes.
can be considered a game
Yeah.
that you play and your reward is money.
God. We're all just stuck. We're just rats in the rat race. Yeah. I don't have a job.
We know how you can escape the rat race.
Yeah.
By doom scrolling.
True.
You know what else you can do on your doom scrolling devices?
You can follow It's Pertinent Pod
You can go through the pipes.
on all pipes.
Like a rat.
Oh my God, funnel yourself into the pipe. To which the poll will be up for this week.
Yes.
Please go and vote
Yeah.
on Show You're Working Out. We'll include a little clip followed by the answer, and then whoever gets the most amount of votes will achieve one Pertinent Pod.
We can even add...
Point. One Pertinent Pod.
One pertinent. You get the entire pod.
Yeah, you get that.
We can even add a suggestions box for punishments.
If it was me, I would like to be able to choose what yours was.
Oh, of course. But we can get suggestions.
Okay, sure. That's good. That's something we can do.
We don't have to take them.
No. Also, I was really thinking I'd come up with something a lot more funny, but I feel like that was just a really good, well thought out story. No, I'm still
funny.
proud of myself.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Okay, I thought you were talking negatively
I'd
about
publish
yourself.
that. I'd publish that.
I wouldn't, but I'd listen to it again.
I thought
On the pipes.
the pipes.
Next week on the podcast, we're going to be introducing a new segment.
It's all about what we've done up until this point in life that would make a great story for our kids.
Like a time capsule almost.
Well, yeah. You think your kids would listen to the podcast?
No clue. Anyways, we'll see you next Wednesday.